Welcome to my channel. I'm Eleanor. I'm a graphic designer and illustrator, and just in general a creative person. I thought it would be kind of fun to have a chatty painting video. It's been quite a while since I actually filmed this video. I'm not sure that I have much to say on the process of creating it, because it was months ago. This is actually the first oil painting I've ever done. I had gotten some oil paints from my dad as a graduation present, and I really wanted to try them out. I love painting, and I've used acrylic, watercolor, and gouache, and I tend to stick with watercolor and gouache because that's my favorite. But I really enjoyed actually working with oil paints. A couple friends had actually told me that they thought that I would really enjoy working with them, which I did. And I ended up doing most of the painting in one sitting because it was a pretty simple color palette. And in general, I tend to work kind of fast. So about a month or so after I finished it, I decided that it was kind of missing something. And I decided to add a pattern in the background, and also it needed some of the shadows to be deepened up a little bit. For deepening up the shadows, I actually used an oil pastel and some oil from the oil paints to blend it out, which actually worked a lot better than I had expected. Patterns are one of the things that I draw a lot, and they are kind of a way to help me soothe my anxiety and keep my hands busy when I need to focus. So I ended up doing that in the background, and I also did that on the last painting that I posted here, and I will maybe include a photo of that as well because I don't think I included that in the video. This painting was actually part of a trial of working with oil paint for the first time, and I had a photo that I took when I went out to brunch with a couple of close friends from college. It was actually for my birthday. I had a really sweet time with them, and we had lots of great conversations. I struggle a lot with knowing how to celebrate birthdays and accomplishments, so I felt really blessed when they were able to meet up for brunch because they had surprised me with gifts and flowers and balloons. It made me feel super special. I just really cherish that day because it helped me see how much I'm loved and that people really do care about me. I have also really struggled with vulnerability in my friendships. In general, I have had a hard time letting myself feel emotions and letting people see the real me. We had some really vulnerable conversations that day, so that is why I wanted to create this painting. The painting is of a dessert that I ordered after brunch that the restaurant actually gave to me for free since it was my birthday. And it was a beautiful sunny day, and we sat outside along the water, and we just sat and talked for hours, and it just felt so special. It's been about 6 months since then, and vulnerability has been on my mind since then, and something that I have just wanted to kind of have as a theme for this year. And I don't usually have themes for the year, but along with vulnerability, I've also felt like shameless are my words for this year. Since graduating college in the fall, I've really been struggling to create, and in this kind of self-discovery with vulnerability, I realized that I've always been creating for other people, and I'm used to getting directions for what to create. I'm not used to, I guess, for lack of a better word, coming up with my own assignments or ideas on what I want to create. So I've been in a weird stage of trying to figure out what I want to create or make. I was recently remembering that I used to ask what if a lot as a kid, and have intentionally been asking myself that since. That was something one of my professors also in college really encouraged us to do. He had an assignment of asking, wouldn't it be funny if ... And I had a lot of fun with that assignment. and asking myself what if. I've been brainstorming some possible video ideas. I've been thinking about making it into a series, but I'm not really sure yet. I've also been thinking about making some reading content. I have an idea of creating illustrations off books that I read and or creating new book covers for them, since I love book cover design. I haven't decided what book to start with, but that sounds like it would be fun. I just started reading Powerless by Lauren Roberts this week, so possibly that. I've also been thinking about reading The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings trilogy, and can you tell that I like to read fantasy? Right now, I'm currently unemployed and working part-time for my parents that have a pottery shop. I'm in charge of their social media and I do graphic design for them. I also do a couple days at their shop. So in my free time, other than applying for jobs, I've been doing some knitting, crocheting, reading here and there. I really struggle with letting myself do things that I want to do, and I think that's part of the reason I don't create as much as I want to. That, and I struggle with perfectionism, and I've been struggling with burnout since graduation. I worked really hard in college, and I don't like telling people this because I don't want to sound like I'm bragging, but I was actually valedictorian of my class. I have a hard time celebrating the victories, even the little ones. So I challenged myself actually to tell people about being valedictorian. This chapter of my life has been good, but it's a little scary, and it's hard not knowing what the next step is, but also kind of exciting. I'm hoping to create more content for YouTube as I continue to look for jobs. I also want to create more art that makes me really happy and learn to be shameless in who I am. I hope you like this chatty paint with me, and I hopefully will be posting more content soon. I have lots of ideas for what I would like to post, but actually need to do them. I love you, and I hopefully will see you soon.